We're back on site here at Brewer Park. There's been a lot of progress in the last 2 weeks. Let me take you around, show you some of the stuff we've done. I'm sure you guys remember the Brewer Park video. If you haven't, check it out. But we've replaced the beam overhead. All the interior walls are gone. We've laid down our new subfloor over the existing subfloor while screwing down all the way through to the existing joists to make sure that we have no more squeaks or bumps. We do have a depression in the floor we're going to have to deal with some quick level concrete. But in the meantime, we're wrapping up our framing in the back here. Electrical roofing's already started, plumbing roofing's starting tomorrow, and we're making good progress. So let me show you some of the things we've been focusing on. If you remember from the last video, we had to deal with some existing brick that ran through the house. So in the meantime, we've temporarily supported our existing arch. We've taken all the brick out, and now we're in the process of reframing this for a sliding door. The existing window was actually the same size. We sized them the same, but we did have to pull everything out. And now we're just doing some restructuring, reframing over here to make sure that it's supported, at which point we'll rebuild our brick column all the way down and pick up this load. Part of this project is to install some built-in cabinetry around the fireplace here. So we actually have built this arch with our 2x4 backing, and there is a super secret tricky way to install drywall on this arch, which we'll show you next time, but this is how we prepare everything for the backing and blocking. There's some floating shelves, so we've also installed a bunch of plywood in the walls here, which I'll have to insulate behind, and then this will allow us to easily install the floating shelves afterwards. Roger the electrician's over here installing sconces above in both locations as per the plans. Fireplace will be installed here, TV above. So there's an existing opening that was already created in a previous edition done back in the early 90s, but there was a drop beam that was going to interfere with our plumbing and ductwork. So what we've done is actually replace that, put a new LVL up with a big point load here to pick all that load up, and it's on the exterior foundation wall, so we carry the point all the way down. Over here, this half wall is going to back under our kitchen. There is a countertop that goes all the way along here and then cuts out to a peninsula in the main area here. So that's what this wall here is to facilitate. Again, we've put structure all the way down through the basement and tied in the framing below to make sure that this wall is nice and sturdy. So we're down in the basement right now. Part of the project is to rejuvenate, let's say, the existing staircase. We're going to be painting all the risers and treads and repainting the existing banister. So what we've done here is supported the underside of the existing stairs. We've glued and screwed these 2x on both sides and given it some structure because they were kind of saggy, creaky before, and it's completely taken all the bounce out of the stairs. So in the last video, I mentioned there's going to be a chase for the new addition that's going to be happening at a later date above. So this is the chase that's actually worked out now. You can see we still have to cut the floor back out in this space, but we've created an opportunity to bring a pipe, some ductwork and electrical all up to the future second floor that's going to be happening at a later date. From the first video, I don't know if you remember, there was an existing window here. You can still see the opening, and there was an existing window here. So this one is getting closed up and this one is being shrunk. So we're in the process of doing that. We've also framed a new opening for the window that's going to be going into the powder room that I'm currently standing in. So there'll be a pocket door right along here and a sink and a toilet over there. So that is also part of the process. The windows are arrived, it's just a matter of throwing them in. Part of the last process we did was sit through all these floor joists. You saw that happening in the previous video, but everything's now complete and we're in the process of strapping down the ceiling. The reason we do that is to bring anything that was possibly even slightly out of level, perfectly level, and it gives us a good screw edge for our drywall install. That's gonna do it for this week. Plumbing roughing starts tomorrow, installation next week, and the drywall to follow soon after. We're going to be wrapping all that stuff up and then moving on to finishing in the next couple weeks. I'll see you next time.